all men want to do is have sex. So the feminine aggression is very non-violent, but it's extremely aggressive. That's why you should let people try it out. Try it out for 6 months, and parents should be okay with that. You can change your karmas through sexual practice. But they want karma. They don't even want karma. They want Bollywood. How can you be happy? I don't want to give people too many techniques. This is one technique. But start with dharma. Everything has to start with dharma. You cannot improve your relationship. You cannot manifest anything unless you have a character. They want somebody to take over whatever they have. Some people don't even have anything and they have kids. Even if you get the 10 lakhs per month, you'll be miserable. They're unsolvable problems because they just you've done things that you just shouldn't have done. If you cannot sit and see your past births with the person, you can't fix your relationship.
So coming to building and maintaining trust in a relationship, so how can couples go about doing that? Because that's a big problem these days. They just worry that the spouse is either cheating or they're coming out of a phase where they've cheated and they've come clean about it and they want to give it another chance.
First of all, if you call it cheating, then you already feel that this person is not, you can't respect this person anymore. What exactly happened there? What is your agency in it? You can't prevent it from happening again unless you don't realize your role in it. Why are you so judgmental when you realize that you also have a role in it? You have to realize. Before you get all judgmental on someone who cheats, were you there? Did you have his back? Did you respect him? Were you having great sex? I don't think people are respected and having great sex will so-called cheat. In general. Okay? But after 74 relationships, I found that I really love sex. And I don't really want to have it with irresponsible people. I want to have it only with people who I can respect. And then there are many people that I'm attracted to. And so everybody has to be okay with that if they want to be in a sexual relationship with me. And they have to have skills. So they have to have a lot of training. So now I'm only coaching people. I'm not even running after anyone. I'm not interested. I would rather not have sex than have sex with the wrong person. So this person has understood that they are getting attracted to someone else who respects them. And women are very good at respecting men, in the beginning. They show a lot of respect. So the man feels very special. I mean, he feels like, oh my God, I'm so special. But then there'll be some snide things cutting over there. I don't really respect. Suddenly that respect turns to entitlement. And then the man is confused. What the hell happened here? How did this respectful girl suddenly turn into somebody who wants to control me? How did it become lobha? It becomes greed, like you just want to conquer and control. So the feminine aggression is very non-violent, but it's extremely aggressive. It's not physically violent, but it's extremely aggressive. It's called passive aggression. And women are masters of that. So then men get the big brunt of passive aggression. They don't know how to do it back. So they'll go and do some real aggression. But it's all happening, right? So, and I'm not saying that men are faultless and they don't respect women and they always respect women. They don't either. They're not honest with the woman. All men want to do is have sex. Every woman knows this. But when they find the partner, they want somebody who wants them for more than that. They want to be seen as more than a sex object. But the utility of a woman to a man is only sexual. He doesn't need her for anything else. For everything else, he can do it with his bunch of boys. And now she wants to replace the bunch of boys. So this is another problem. It's usually the men who have this problem because they feel that they have to sacrifice their bunch of boys. And even the girls have to sacrifice their friends when they're in the family because the in-laws will say, what is this? How can you go out dressed like this in the middle of the night? And so then she'll be like, I don't have freedom here. I can't wear what I want here. Yeah, obviously, you're married into a different culture. It's not your father's house. So then you can't behave like that. It's part of the contract, but you don't see that contract. And then you're like, whoa, but we dated for 10 years. And when within 1 year of marriage, everything is gone. And you dated for 10 years, you didn't have to live with each other. That's why you should let people try it out. Try it out for 6 months. And parents should be okay with that. And then the one who has tried out the most should have the most value because they have the most experience. If you have 10 failed ones, then you're really good. Because you won't fail in those 10 ways. You'll fail in new ways. So how many ways can you fail? After some time, you learn how not to fail at all. Like you don't lose a single drop of energy. These are the 4 Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma comes from being a fabulous person. Then after that, being that person is the goal. If you're anybody else, then that's not Dharma. That's why Yudhishthira was called, not Yudhishthira, but yeah, anyway, Yudhishthira was considered to be an epitome of Dharma except when he lied out of character to Drona. Okay. So, Dharma means being in a character that is noble. That's really Dharma. So, if you do anything out of character, out of that noble character is Adharma. When you have Dharma, then you'll get Artha. Artha means wealth. And Artha means wealth without working. It's just flowing. It means a cash flow. Like how Kuber is getting a cash flow from Swarna Bhairav. How Lakshmi is getting a cash flow from Swarna Bhairav. Both of their money got empty with the funding the Devas for the war against Asuras. Lakshmi's money also got empty. Kuber's money also got empty. Finally, Swarna Bhairav filled them with money. So the Artha stream is now coming from Swarna Bhairav. And this is written in Rudra Yamala Tantra. Okay. So when that is flowing, you had to be like that. You had to create that flow. You had to just tap into the flow, which is coming from Swarna Bhairav through Lakshmi to your house or through Kuber to your house. There has to be a flow. If you don't establish that, then there's no karma. Karma is the next one. Karma is sex. Hinduism is very clear about what are the 4 meanings of life. Dharma, being a proper character. Artha, creating a cash flow so you have time. You need time for karma. Then engaging in karma. With the kind of Thames Nadi education people have got, no Kaveri water, no Ganga water, only Thames water. In school, they give you 1 glass of Thames water, drink it. With that, that's only taught you how to be selfish. It has not taught you Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. It's not even mentioned. Maybe it's mentioned once, somewhere in some history, but it's not even mentioned. In my school, it was not even mentioned. I didn't even know that these were the Purusharthas, the meaning of life. For a Purusha, which means soul. Soul meanings. These are soul meanings. And then there's Moksha, which is immortality. It is through sexual practice that you become immortal. You can change your karmas through sexual practice. And that is called Yamala Tantra, couples Tantra. Which level do people reach? They don't even reach the level of Dharma. And they want to talk about relationships. It's the next step and the next step. They don't even have Artha. They have to work like a dog in a corporate. They don't have Artha also. If they don't work, the cash flow will stop. But they want karma. They don't even want karma. They want Bollywood. How can you be happy? How can you be happy if you do everything opposite to what your soul wants? You can't even smile. Your smile also will look like pain.
So physical intimacy is required in relationships.
Karma is a way to become immortal. By practicing karma only you can have moksha. It is a life force generative energy. It's something of great importance and value. But people don't value it. And they don't value the idea that first we have to have artha, then we have to have dharma, and then only we can get karma. Directly getting into it. No qualification, nothing. What will happen? If I ask a small boy to drive a plane, what will he do? He'll crash the plane. You might not even be able to get it off the ground, and that is safe at least. So for most people, they're non-starters. They don't get things off the ground, and so they haven't crashed. But the moment the kid kind of even gets the plane moving, he'll go straight into the aerodrome because he doesn't know what to control where. There's just too many controls, you know. So unqualified people practicing sex will create only a mess. Nothing good will happen. You'll both lose vidya and you'll feel miserable. First, you qualify by having Artha. Artha needs a big community. Lots of people have to be grateful to you for you to be able to live without working. Can you get so many people grateful to you? Are you that kind of character? Is that your dharma? People don't have character, so everything starts with dharma. If you have dharma, then the others will follow.
So common question is, how can we keep our sexual spark alive in long-term relationships?
Without artha, you can't. You need dharma and artha, then your sexual spark will be alive.
And that's the reason why couples drift apart sexually after some years.
Yeah. Look, sexual sadhana is like a sadhana. How long do you do sadhana? 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day. That's it. So you have to practice sexual sadhana for immortality. That's all it is. It's a sadhana. It is a practice. But people don't even know what to practice. They don't know anything. They learned all the sex from born. They don't know what's what. They don't even know what's the difference between nipple and areola and breast. They don't know how these three things are different. They treat it just like one thing. They don't know anything. They don't know the difference between a clitoris, a vagina, a vulva, and the opening of the uterus, the cervix. They don't know the difference between all these words. Okay? And the same thing with a woman. She doesn't know what's the difference between glans, testicles, and penis. She has no idea. Doesn't know. Which is to be treated how? No idea. We have lived such a society we can't even openly teach this. Then if I teach it openly, I'll be called sex guru and shamed. So I feel you don't deserve it. If people deserve it, they can learn it. But start with dharma. Everything has to start with dharma. You cannot improve your relationship. You cannot manifest anything unless you have a character. That character in the new situation manifests things because he or she is maintaining that character. There's so much to learn, and I just feel that people have been satisfied with false knowledge. And they're okay with that. And they think that they know enough, and they're going to use now a method called upamana. Upamana means generalization. So whatever little they know, they're going to use that knowledge only to run their whole life by generalizing that knowledge into other fields. It's not going to happen. These are the 4 fields of knowledge: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Why people don't have this? Dharma means character, So that's why health is not a separate thing. If you have character, you'll have health. If you don't have a good character, you won't have health. What I mean by good character is a stable character. You don't know who you are. You haven't defined who you are. Every day you behave in some different way, in some different miserable way, not heroic, not divine. Behave in miserable different ways. Right. A lot of bad things which happen in the world. The earth supports evil, right? Somebody messaged me today that, both of her children are autistic. And then now they're in a home. And then her husband is not interested in having any relationship with these 2 boys. And she wants to, but she can't. She's separated from him. So much problem, right? So I asked him, who are you? Who are you when all this is happening? If you were watching as an external person, how would you describe yourself? Nothing but a victim. I've put out so many videos for free on Karma Visarjana. You should practice them. You should be curious. You should want to learn and say, what's the way out? But people don't ask what's the way out. They say how bad and how unfair is life. They're not asking the question, what's the way out? It's just a game. Why are you taking it so seriously? But play the game. Then God will take you seriously if you play the game. Then only you become immortal. By the kiss of God, you become immortal. Moksha. Moksha is freedom from the birth of cycle of birth and death. That means you don't have to die anymore. You don't get free from the cycle of birth and death by dying. People want moksha from life. Moksha is from death. Mrityor mokshya mamrutat. As there in the Mrityunjaya mantra. You're asking Mrityunjaya, give me moksha from death, but never from immortality. So you're asking for this body to live forever. Today, somebody else was asking an idiotic question. If you make 1 million siddhas and they all become immortal, then what will happen to the population of the world? Just go on increasing. I'm like, these guys are already born. So they're not going to increase any population. People go on popping out kids because they're not immortal. They want somebody to take over whatever they have. But some people don't even have anything and they have kids. You don't have anything to give the kids, still you have kids. Sheer irresponsibility. For most people, their life is sheer irresponsibility of their parents. Brought them out without any care, didn't give them anything to learn, and still we have to worship the parents whenever they say something. They didn't teach anything of value. Only how to make food from the grocery store where it's full of pesticide. So you can't live in the information age and know nothing about nothing. It just means you don't care. It means your character is very, very flat, trampled character. Why do you want a trampled character? Why don't you want to be a king or a queen? Character reputation. Without this, people are trying to have relationships. What will happen? They don't need your artha. Nobody, you need a cash flow without your effort. Money has to flow to you. Now it's come to a stage where several of my students are teaching and then they're sharing part of the profits with me because they're using my techniques. I have cash flow from that. Just from that. I don't even need to do anything else. On top of that, I have my own cash flows. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a lot of businesses that I run where I don't have to do anything. I'm just an investor. I just check and I mentor them whenever it's required. That's it. So cash is flowing. I don't have to even do these yoga things, but I'm doing it because I'm seeing a lot of people are suffering unfairly because they haven't been taught real knowledge. But sometimes when they get real knowledge, they can't accept it, and that's not my problem. Then you're not worth saving also. I will not bother. And if you can't respect me, then how can I help you? So that's my attitude, everyone. It's only respect and agreement. If you don't have respect and agreement, you shouldn't be with me and shouldn't watch my video. Then don't come then and write hopeless comments, useless comments. Because I don't care. I respect you as much as you respect me. I don't respect a single person who doesn't respect me. I mean, I do respect people, great people, but they don't know me. But if they knew me and they didn't respect me, I would leave. This is one of the reasons I left from one martial arts guru who I had brought up. Like, what he was teaching was not being taken seriously in India. He had only students from abroad. Well, to help him to spread in India, I was doing it. But then suddenly he showed disrespect. Then I said, okay, bye. I'm out of there. I can't help such people. This is a story of the scorpion that fell on the tortoise after having a magnificent battle with an eagle which had taken the scorpion. Bit the eagle, and the turtle in the sea felt that I should save the scorpion because he's put up such a magnificent fight. What a fighter. He's like Bruce Lee. So he went in there and then he caught that guy when he's falling, caught him on this turtle shell. And then he's taking him back. I will take you back to land. I'm a real good admirer of yours, sir. How nicely you fought. So amazing. Don't worry, I'm going to take you to land. And the scorpion is listening to everything and pachak bites him. He says, oh, that really hurt. Why are you biting me? It's probably poisonous too. What's wrong with you? And then he's still taking the scorpion. It's like, please don't bite. I really respect you. I want to take you to show. Pachak bites him again. So what is wrong with you, man? Why are you biting me? And he says, that's my nature. I bite. And the turtle said, oh yeah, my nature is to go deep into the ocean. And he went deep into the ocean and the scorpion died. So don't bite the people who are supporting you. So people have no idea, like, how many people support it takes, They think I did it. One Shah Rukh Khan is supported by 300 people. One Michael Jackson is supported by 500 people. One Modi ji is supported by 1,000 people. That's why they're great. They remove all the people, they're nobody. So can you live your life in such a way that thousands of people want to come and support you? Can you do that kind of work? Can you have that kind of character? Then you can talk about happiness. You had to support them first before they support you. You had to have their back. Can you have the back of thousands of people? It's only possible through knowledge. You had to have your philosophy right and your knowledge right. Otherwise, people will not get behind you. You have to touch the heart of people who will. Why don't people have this ambition that I want to be such a great character that I touch the hearts of so many people? I want 10 lakhs per month. This is manifestation. I want 10 lakhs per month. That's not how we manifest. You won't manifest anything. Even if you get the 10 lakhs per month, you'll be miserable.
Talking about emotional intimacy, what exactly is it? And people are so, worried about, I don't have emotional connect.
Is this respect? They don't have respect in the relationship. That's it. When they try to express something, they cut off. Or they're ignored. Or they agree with them and they don't do it. It's all a symptom of disrespect. Calling it something new like emotional intimacy is stupid, because nothing called emotional intimacy is disrespect. Basically, if you respect someone, you'll care about what they say and you'll have their back. And you really need that. When people are not doing that, you feel they're not emotionally intimate. Why is that? Because reputation is spoiled. You can go and try and explain and fix your reputation, it won't work. That person will start feeling superior. Oh, you came and said sorry, okay. So I'm gonna hold that against you. See, that day also you were wrong, today also you're wrong. Don't go around apologizing, begging, groveling. Just do this kriya. Mahapap kriya. Mahapap nivaran kriya.
It's also the same thing where people criticize their partners openly in front of others. It's just the bad reputation that the partner has.
It is. Because you've hurt them so much. And you don't even realize you hurt them so much. When did I hurt them so much, you have to ask? That they have to criticize me in front of others. Then you're taking the power back. You're saying this person just criticized me for no reason. And you don't have power. It's out of your power, things are happening to you, you're back to being a victim. Every time you're a victim, you give up power. That's how you become a victim. That's the definition of a victim, powerless. Why you want to be powerless? When you say I caused it, then you can fix it. When you see how did I cause it, you can fix it. Why is my reputation so bad is what I've asked. When somebody behaves badly with me, I make them sit down and say, why is my reputation so bad with you? What did I do that you have this bad reputation? And sometimes they can't answer. Then it's from a past birth. They don't even know what you did. So those are called runanubandhas. like bad reputation from past birth, Mahapap, carried over some injustice and that and this. So, you know, really, if you cannot sit and see your past births with the person, you can't fix your relationship. That's not something I can teach on a podcast. That's something you have to learn under guidance because you need feedback. Because you'll see something and then you'll say, I can tell you how, I tell you the technique to see your past birth. But then you'll use that technique and you'll see something and then you'll have a doubt, is it real, is it not real? So first you have to build your character before you can see that, so that you know it's real or not real. You should not be someone who doubts yourself. You should get out of that character, only then you can see the past birth. Because to even see past birth needs a particular character. Everyone can see, but they can't trust what they see. They do past life regression and they can't trust what they see. You know? So if you want to help people, like even for manifestation, a lot of people feel undeserving. They think, I don't deserve this. And they can't get over it. They can't get over that feeling. It's because it's coming from a past birth. You have to go and see why you don't deserve it, and then you have to forgive yourself from there, from the things you did. Maybe you were killing small children in your past birth. Who knows? When you see it yourself and as a character who can see that and respect that, then you'll do it. And even you have to respect your guru who's teaching you this. I respected my guru. That's why I was able to see my past birth and not doubt it at all. And when I saw it, everything made sense. So finally, the end of it, it's results. If after sorting out your feelings about your past birth, you start working better in this birth, that's a result. We only want the result. I'm not interested in the science. Because the science is not yet there to explain all this. But phenomena are happening, right? Deuterium was there in the body all the time. Nobody knew about it. Deuterium is the main cause of autoimmune diseases. Nobody knew. Even now they don't know. Because medical syllabus takes a long time to update. One doctor messaged me yesterday saying, you can't say medical syllabus is not updated. We do update it according to the latest research. By who? By the pharmaceutical companies, not by the latest research. When George Becker made his research, were you bloody doctors listening? No. They don't even know who's George Becker. There's so many people who've done research on the invisible things that contribute to health, like electromagnetic radiation. And Becker did that research. In 19-something, not even in 20-something, 19-something. Like last century, he did this research. It's still not in the medical textbooks. So what are we talking about? The latest pharmaceuticals. We're still going by the body as a biochemical model, you know, and not as a quantum electromagnetic model. We don't have the quantum electromagnetic model of the body, right? So you can do anything. Whatever you want to do. If you have knowledge, you're just one piece of knowledge away from doing what you want to do. Always. And there are many sources of knowledge, and you have to be concerned about what are these sources of knowledge. The first source of knowledge is experience. When we experience something, we know it. I put my hand in the fire, I know this is fire. Second source of knowledge is generalization, but this you have to use very carefully. It's good to generalize that any other fire will burn my hand. You don't have to test each and every fire. No, this is a new fire. I have to keep an open mind. Can't do that. Okay. So generalization is good for some things. This is called upamana. Okay. So experience is called pramana, and this one is called upamana, generalization. And there's a third stream of knowledge called instinct, which is called anumana. Even without the evidence, with a little bit of sensory evidence, we can make a conclusion. Anumana is how blind people know who came. By the way they knock the door, they know who came. That's called anumana. Okay, it's instinct. And then there's another source of knowledge, which is called agama, which is telepathic communication from higher beings. Who has agama? You have to learn to relax to have agama. So you learn all this, okay? Preeti and I are doing a course where you can learn about past lives, you can learn about agama, you can learn to get streams of knowledge, and you can learn to build your character, and you can learn how to manifest whatever you want. And we'll launch it soon, but think about everything that we said.
So I've been collecting questions from the audience, and a lot of them are around family dynamics. So all the interference from in-laws and influences on one partner from their parents.
There are unsolvable problems because there's no artha. You got into karma already, and so you just fix your reputation. This one technique is enough. We don't have to solve these problems. No, you do this one technique, fix your reputation. I don't want to give people too many techniques. This is one technique. Mahapapam Rudram Samarpanam. That one technique. If you do every day sincerely, you can do it for others also. Remove the Mahapapa of each family member. You can make them all stand under the Ganga. Think they're all standing here and rotate this over the head. Each time they're going dubki, 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 going into the water, dipping themselves and coming out, and then shivering with the cold. This you do, you'll enjoy it also. You do this dreaming and throw that water also. Mahapapa Rudram Samarpanam. You remove the Mahapapa of them and you remove the Mahapapa of you. And now you're free of Mahapapa. And also Pap, it will remove all the bad reputation. Then you can make a fresh start. Maybe you can be there for each other and have each other's back, but this is the only technique that you need. No counseling is going to help. It's all unsolvable problems. Only yoga can solve it. So use the yogic technique and solve it. The unsolvable problems because they're just like this, you've done things that you just shouldn't have done. You just shouldn't have done. You're acting like your religion doesn't exist. Like Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha was not written about 6,000 years ago. You're acting like that. Thames Nadi. Too much Thames water. You need some Kaveri water. Take. Now, I want people to come and learn because you don't know. If you admit you don't know, you come and learn. If you think you already know and you just need this fix and that fix, you do this one technique already fixed. I'm not going to give any more techniques because they're not required. Preeti, feel free to make a video of this technique alone and put it out for people. If they cry, then you give this and give this podcast. Let them watch.
Another set of questions that came up were people who are learning yoga and they are trying to convince their partners to follow this knowledge and, do these practices. But somehow their partners are not interested or their understanding of spirituality.
Repetition. I'm sorry I'm sounding like stuck record, but your reputation with your partner is really low. So do the Mahapap Kriya. Then only they'll be interested in your spirituality.
Right. So those were all the questions that we had for this episode. Thank you so much for this opening knowledge. Thank you, Guruji.
You're welcome. And stay tuned to this channel so that, subscribe so that we can keep giving you more content like this. And if you have something that you want us to talk about, then just leave it in the comments and Preeti will collect your questions and we'll answer it in the next podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This brings us to the end of the two-part series on bringing back harmony into our relationships. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or if there are topics that you would like us to make videos on, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. Stay tuned, like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.